The roulette session that you're about to watch uses the area key calculator from rouletteCalculators.com. So here's a quick tutorial on how the area key works to give you a much better understanding of what's going on during this gameplay session. If you are familiar with the area key, you can skip forward to the gameplay by clicking on the chapters in the description. Simply put, the area key is looking at how often the ball goes back to the area that it's just spun from. As you can see on the graph in the left, the numbers tracking are highlighted in green. The lighter shade of green on number 5 was the previous result. You will hear us frequently referring to a depth, and this is what that means. If the ball lands on any of the unhighlighted numbers, the depth count increases by 1. It's only when the ball lands on the highlighted number that the depth returns to 0, and that result gets logged into the graphs below. The first setting that you come across is the amount of numbers to track. Currently it's set to 9, so if the previous number was number 20, this would look at number 20, 4 numbers to the left of that number, and 4 numbers to the right of that number, totaling 9 numbers. If say we set the amount of numbers to track to 3, it would look at number 20, 1 to the left and 1 to the right, which should just be tracking number 1, 20 and 14. The next setting that you come across simply controls when the table highlights. Currently it's set to 0. This means that the table will highlight on every single spin. If you set it to 2, this means it will wait until the table goes to a depth of 2 before highlighting. This is useful when you find a dealer with a particular pattern. The third setting, only bet X number into a depth, is for the people that like to use a progressive betting system. It simply acts as a stop loss, so if you only want to make 4 bets into a progression, you would set that to 4. This field allows you to input what you would like your starting bet per number to be, and again is only really there for people that are running a progressive betting system. It automatically calculates what your next bet should be based on the numbers that you're tracking to always keep you in profit. The most important thing when using the area key is understanding what the graph tells you. It directly reflects whether or not a dealer is being consistent and you should play with them, or inconsistent where you should leave the table and find a new dealer. The depth count simply shows you the results and what depth those results have gone to. In this case, there are 2 results being recorded. One went to a depth of 3, meaning it missed the highlighted section 3 times in a row before landing on it. The second result says 0 depth, which means it went straight to the highlighted section. The depth of wins graph shows you what the dealer is doing in real time. As you can see in this example, the last 4 results mean that the ball went to the highlighted section each time. If you look at the 4th result, that means it missed the highlighted section twice before landing on the highlighted section. This is important to identify patterns with a dealer. The best way to fully understand how the area key works and to understand when a dealer's been consistent and when they change is to watch live gameplay. So we recommend watching this video all the way through so you can fully grasp how the area key works and how you can identify dealer patterns and when they change. It's episode 14 of the Area Key Strategy with Sam D. So welcome back. If you have not been following this series, make sure you start from the beginning and watch all of the episodes through so you can see how Sam really identifies dealer patterns, and you get to see a mixture of him doing flat betting, progression, some dangerous betting, and lots of safe betting. If you're not currently a member of Roulette Calculators, pause this video now. Make sure you click that link just up there in the corner, or click the link in the description. Set yourself up a free account. You can join us on the social network there. You can do a free account on there. If you want to upgrade and use the tools that we're hosting on this, you can do that. Feel free to. We offer a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not happy with what the tools are doing. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new content, strategies or betting systems that we put out there. With all that mumbo jumbo out the way, let's get on with this session and see how Sam does. It looks like he's starting off with £100 as the balance this time. Oh, it looks like he's been logging a dealer there. I did see quite a few depths of 1s and 0s. Yeah, you can see there. Depth 0, then 2, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to adjust that, adjust the little card here. Just bear with me while I do that. Where are we going? Image. There we go. Let me just move that. Sam likes to cover up the people that win, just to protect their identities. And I didn't actually adjust that. Silly me, but it's done now. So let's carry on with the video. And yeah, hope you guys are having a good time. You're enjoying life. So that's gone to number 6. So that's brought that one, finished that at a depth of 1, meaning it's gone to the unhighlighted section, followed by the highlighted section in this particular case. Sam looks like he's going straight in on the unhighlighted area. Yeah, so he's betting that unhighlighted area. And the reason for that is, if you look, there's not many gaps. Okay, so you see the depth of 2. There was one just above that went to 0. Then we had obviously number 5, 4, 3, 2. They all went to a depth of 1 or higher. Then after that, it did have a highlighted zone to highlighted zone. So I think that's what Sam's doing right now. It's currently on a depth of 0. He's guessing it's going to go above that. He reckons it's going to go to a depth of 1 or higher. So he must have been logging this dealer and then thought, oh, this one looks alright, and then hit record. So that's gone to 32. That was a hit there. It was an overlap. So if you don't know and you haven't watched the other videos, when you're betting on the highlighted section, we're doing a neighbours of 9 numbers. So you'll put the neighbours bet on number 32 in this case. That's going to cover 9 numbers to the left of 32, 9 numbers to the right, and 32 itself. If you're doing what's called the reverse area key, where you're betting on the unhighlighted section, that covers all of the numbers aren't highlighted all the way around the table. However, it covers 1 extra because there's only 18 numbers that aren't highlighted. So you'll have an overlap, in this case either on number 6 or number 18. You overlap on 1. So in this case, Sam's gone to the unhighlighted section again. And again, because it has gone 0, 0 technically, so there is that gap. And it's only ever done that once. It hasn't gone 0, 0, 0 ever on this this session. Not ever. So let's see if he's right. He wants to avoid that highlighted area and hit that unhighlighted area. So it's one of them horrible spins where it gets stuck on that rim. But it looks like it worked out. Number 14, that's unhighlighted. So that's given Sam the win now. His balance is already at £134, so he's hit £34 profit straight away. It's on a depth of 1. Not sure if he bet then. It looked like he did, but I think I missed that. He might not have. So that's gone to 12, so that's gone back to the highlighted. So I'm guessing Sam's probably going to bet on the unhighlighted section now. Yeah, he didn't bet on the last go. Yeah, he's going on the unhighlighted again because it doesn't seem to go unhighlighted to the unhighlighted. It did last time, but obviously Sam caught it because it overlapped on one. But if you look at the graph there, what I'm saying is you can only see on number 8, 3 and 1. They're the only times it's gone highlighted to the highlighted. And every other time it's gone to a depth of 1 or higher. So I really hope you kind of get that. And this is quite similar to the gameplay that I use when I'm doing this. And I've even done that on the auto tables, and I found that to be quite true with them, but I just don't trust them. I really don't trust air powered tables, or definitely don't trust the RNGs. But you can see this has done exactly what it did last time. It went highlighted to the highlighted twice. And so now he's got a gap. So I'm guessing he's going to do unhighlighted for sure. Don't know if he's going to do a progression or if he's just flat betting. Looks like he's just flat betting on this one. Yeah, so you can see there 0, 1, 0, 1. So he's and then 0. So I'm guessing he's guessing it is going to go to a depth of 1 or higher. Just got straight into the action on this one. So he wants to see that land on the unhighlighted section. Anything after number 18 there? That's gone to number 10, so yeah, perfect. Right in the unhighlighted zone. So his balance £132. He's been basically bouncing up and down on the last few goes. He's looking at the graph again. He's like, okay, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. And it's currently on a depth of 1 now. So I'm not sure what he's going to do. Yeah, he's just going to watch it. It's a smart move. He spun that quite a few numbers before 10 there. He spun it from like number 11 or 36, which I don't like to see. I like to see him spin from the number that they picked it up on. I will keep watching it just to see if that is a thing. Alright, so that's gone to number 24. So that's brought that back down to a... cleared that out on a depth of 1. So now he's betting on the unhighlighted section. I'm expecting it to go back to a depth of 1 now. Let's have a look. Because it has gone 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Yeah, so I mean... Looking at that recent pattern, you would think that it's going to go straight back to the highlighted section. So, yeah, interesting. There is quite a lot of instances before that where it doesn't go back to the highlighted section. So maybe Sam's still following that. And that's gone to number 11. So yeah, it's gone to the highlighted section, which I thought it was going to, because it's following that pattern 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Looks like he's done a progression there. Yeah, look at if we can stop it. No, it's a bit too fast then. Yeah, I'm sure you remember. Yeah, it does look like he spins the ball maybe 5 or 6 numbers before, just from where he picks that ball up from. So, although it's annoying, it is he does seem to be consistent with it, with where he's releasing the ball from. So that was 34. That was a bit of a strange one there. Felt like it was just blowing it around the table. So that's done 0, 0, 0 now. So that has changed that pattern. Looks like Sam's updating what he's doing now. He's following the highlighted section. But yeah, look at the pattern. This is what I was on about before. You got 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. And then I thought Sam was going to bet on the unhighlighted, because that's what... oh, sorry, the 1 came out. Then I thought he was going to bet on the highlighted section, because that's what was happening, but he didn't. But he's had a couple of zeros in a row, and there seems to be a lot more zeros. If you think about it, obviously you've got that's highlighted, then it went unhighlighted, but then highlighted again, because obviously that brings out the 1 there. Then highlighted, unhighlighted, highlighted, then highlighted, unhighlighted, highlighted, highlighted, highlighted. Yeah, so the highlighted section does seem to be a little bit better now. See what happens, because he's had a couple of hits there. I'm choking on my nicotine mint. Let's see if it lands around the 0. Yeah, that looks good. Number 30. So he got the win there. That's put him to £126. So I wonder if he's going to carry on with the highlighted now, or if he's trying to identify a pattern between it. By the way, this table is Grosvenor Roulette, and the dealer is called James. Yeah, looks like he's sticking to the highlighted section, and I don't blame them. The highlighted areas come out very consistently recently. And yeah, it's done it again, number 6, highlighted. So he's at 143, that's £43 profit. He's sticking to that highlighted section. Now he's hit that highlighted section quite a few times in a row now. So it's looking pretty good. You can see that. So highlighted section, that's 5 times in a row. Obviously, because we count that the end of that one there was the highlighted, so it highlighted the rest of them. So yeah, it has definitely changed what's happening, and this is why I love looking at that depth of wins graph, the second graph, when using this tool, because that's showing you what's happening in real time, and I think that's probably the most important thing to look at, what the dealer's doing right now. And you see that it's gone from number 6 back to number 6, so perfectly in that area. So yeah, his balance 160 now. Looks like he's sitting this out. Doesn't seem to have put the bet on the table. I think he might be thinking, you know, it's hit that highlighted way too many times, but it's hit it again, number 34, which is obviously next to number 6, so that's smack bang right in that highlighted section again. So it's this dealer's really hitting that highlighted section hard now. So I think Sam fancies a bit of that action again. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna get highlighted. But I know exactly where it comes from, because sometimes it's hitting an area way too much, and you're like, it can't do it again, surely not. It's only when you bet on it after you haven't, that's when you miss. Hopefully that's not the case for Sam right now. And it's not. Absolutely perfect, number 13. So yeah, it is smashing that area. £177 the balance, that's £77 up. Just in 10 minutes of gameplay. And look at that block there. So I mean, this was a sign where it changed here, because normally there was big blocks here, yeah, where it was just going to be unhighlighted quite frequently, and then it was like trying to change 0, then 1, obviously, so it's highlighted, unhighlighted, highlighted, unhighlighted, unhighlighted, highlighted, highlighted, unhighlighted, and so on. And now it's just hit this lovely block of zeros. So yeah, absolutely amazing. So Sam's gonna carry on with that. He's hitting that highlighted section, just expecting what we all do. It's like, oh, it's going to end. It's going to end any minute, but you don't know. Let's hope it carries on for a few more spins. See it land 19 or onwards. Just past that green. Oh, that was a bit unlucky. It's gone to number 35, so there you go. It came to an end. It's now at a depth of 1. I wonder if that's going to phase him, if he's going to carry on that highlighted section. Yep, that's what I would be doing. I would just carry on with that. He's not doing a progression by the looks of it. He's just doing the flat bet. And when you're hitting big strings of one side of the table, you don't need a progression. You know, just sit there and take that one hit as a miss. You've already made a bunch of profit. There's no need to chase. Let's see if it carries on back in that highlighted zone again. Oh, it didn't quite make it round. No, it went to 30. So yeah, that's gone perfectly in the unhighlighted section. So now we're on a depth of 2. So I'd sit out just for a few spins just to see what's going to happen now, because, you know, before he was hitting that area. But I think Sam's still thinking that that highlighted section's a winner. He's done a little bit of a progression there. Raised that up to £2 per number. Let's see what happens. It was a lovely, lovely block of highlighted hits there. Okay, so it looks like he's... just missed that. Sorry, number 14. That missed it by 1. So yeah, depth of 3 now. That's what I'm saying. You know, got to sit out occasionally when it starts doing this. Looks like Sam's changing it. He's like, you know what, this dealer's just hitting that unhighlighted section now. So, and there's a load of factors that can come into play with this. Obviously, if you find a dealer that is consistent, they can change where they're hitting consistently as well. So instead of hitting that highlighted section, you can just switch it round and they're hitting the unhighlighted. All they're doing is just increasing the speed slightly or just a little bit less. So you can see that's gone to number 3. So he did get that one just, but he nailed that. That's £152 he's back to. He had a bit of a hit there with those 3 losses. So I'm not sure if he's going to hit the unhighlighted again. It looks like he is. The dealer's currently on a depth of 4 as well. So see that big block of zeros, and now he's just gone completely the opposite way with it. Instead of hitting that highlighted, he is hitting the unhighlighted. And again, if you find a dealer like this, it is still good. Even though that they can change where they're going, you know that they're kind of hitting that area consistently, either one or the other. In this case, it's gone back to the highlighted there. So yeah, I mean, went to a depth of 4, so that's okay. I'd definitely be watching a spin now though, just to see what's going to happen. I think Sam was a bit torn then. He was going to go for the highlighted, but he's kind of decided unhighlighted. And that does make sense. If you hit a lot of them on one area, you can have an unlucky spin. But I like to sit out and watch. There's no real rush when you're doing this. I think he's lucky. It went to number 30. Oh no, if he overlapped it, he did. Okay, there was an overlap there which he just got. So that was lucky. He's at 167 now. So he's kind of recovered. I think he got up to 170 odd. I think that was where he got to before. He's switched over to the unhighlighted section. The table's gone a bit of a mess now. It's gone lots of highlighteds. And now he's just switched it to the unhighlighted. Let's see if he can climb back to where he wants to go. So yeah, that's gone to the unhighlighted, number 8. There's a win. He's at £184 now, exactly. So it's at a depth of 1. So I guess I'm not sure if Sam's going to go for the unhighlighted again, because he does tend to stick to one section when he's doing it. When he goes on one, off on one, it does seem to stick there. So let's see if it hits that 0 side for him, and he can close out this session. So see that 0 side. Will it happen? Ooh, number 2. Yeah, just got it there. That's hit his thing there. £100 up to £201. So he's hit his target there. It was a bit of a horrible session towards the end, but he did have a lovely block of the highlighted hits there. Those zeros were looking great. So I'm not sure if he shows you the graph. Yeah, of course he does. He's a good lad. As you scroll down a bit more. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I mean, you can just see the consistency and then the change, but still consistent. So yeah, it's an interesting session. So like I said, when you're using these tools, you really do have to use them and identify, look at these graphs, really identify it, and try and do it in real time as well, because it's one of them things, you can't just look at a big block and go, oh, okay, it's going to be fine. I mean, well, that's essentially what you do. You look at what's happening and then you start betting. But if you say get 2 in a row which are incorrect, going against what all of the data is saying, you need to sit back and evaluate and go, right, has he changed? And Sam did that, and he's done well. He doubled his money like he typically always does, and he's done well on this. So again, thanks for sharing this, Sam. If you guys enjoyed it, if you learned anything, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, drop your comments below, and again, if you're not a member of Roulette Calculators, hit the subscribe button for sure, because if you're not a member of Roulette Calculators, you're not subscribed. So hit the subscribe button and click the link in the description. Set yourself up a free account and then join the social network that is full of awesome roulette players. With that said, guys, I will speak to you soon. And as always, make sure you bet smart.